To be a human being held as property is to be a person without any rights. Dividing people into those with rights and those without began at the beginning. Listen to this book to find out what Greene means about how rights went wrong and what he proposes, and then decide whether you agree. But I suggest keeping your eye on the ball, which is racial injustice. The oldest national organization in the United States founded to pursue constitutional rights is the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, which began in 1909. 6 years later, the NAACP concluded that the Supreme Court has virtually declared that the colored man has no rights. The NAACP embarked on a strategy to seek fundamental rights, as guaranteed under the 14th and 15th Amendments. Led by this organization, the progressive movement marked a turning point in the history of rights-seeking by way of lawsuits, down through Brown v. Board of Education in 1954 and the criminal justice cases addressed by the Warren Court in the 1960s. Rights asserted by way of a remedy to rights for so long and so violently denied did not end the battle of rights, but instead turned it into a war when, beginning in the 1970s, modern conservatives, adopting methods used by liberals, asserted not liberal claims to rights, but conservative claims to rights. Rights fights became politics by other means. How Rights Went Wrong is an essential and fresh and vital history of constitutional law and American politics. It is also a cautionary tale, with a sober warning for judges and lawyers. Courts should be reminding litigants of what they have in common, not encouraging them to view their opponents in the worst conceivable light, Greene writes. How Rights Went Wrong is an argument against judicial supremacy in the interest of justice. The courts in plenty of other countries avoid this mess. One of the most valuable contributions of this book is its comparative approach, looking especially at the resolution of rights conflicts in Germany and the United Kingdom as models of rights mediation. Those courts aren't perfect, and Greene doesn't pretend that they are. But he wants to shake Americans loose from the fiction that the courts own the Constitution. It is, instead, ours. Jill Lepore. Introduction. You have the right to remain silent and the right to free speech, the right to go out and the right to stay home, the right to worship and the right to doubt, the right against racial or sex discrimination and the right to hate, the right to marry and to have children, the right to divorce and to terminate a pregnancy, the right not to be tortured, the right to die, the right to vote and the right not to, the right to education and the right to homeschooling, the right to health and to refuse health insurance, the right to eat and to stop eating, the right to clean air and water, the right to smoke cigarettes, the right to buy what you need, the right to hoard, the right to work, the right to party. A performance artist named Karen Finley, best known for smearing chocolate over her naked body, claimed a right to National Endowment for the Arts funding. She lost. A conservative advocacy group called Citizens United claimed the right to use its corporate treasury funds to produce an anti-Hillary Clinton movie during her first presidential run. They won. 2 Orthodox Jewish merchants in Philadelphia claimed the right to keep their stores open on Sundays. They lost. Jack Phillips, a Colorado baker, claimed the right to refuse to make a cake for a same-sex wedding. He won. 2 Missouri women, Njoba Nyang and Tamika Steigers, claimed the right to braid hair without completing a 1,500-hour training course and obtaining a cosmetology license. They lost. A group of neo-Nazis claimed the right to unite, armed with racist propaganda and semi-automatic rifles, in a public park in Charlottesville, Virginia. They won. A Louisiana man named Gregory Sibley claimed the right to food, clothing, and shelter. He lost. A Long Island man, James Maloney, claimed the right to use his homemade nunchucks to teach the Shafan Ha-Lavan karate style, which he made up, to his children. He won. Rights have gone viral. We debate policy in the language of rights.